just won't stop, will she? I mean, it's kind of been like she's on a one-woman quest to pee off the entire nation, and now some smart ass has actually got a calculator out and worked out just how many more people are going to be worse off because of it, and it's going to be about 500,000. So just what am I going on about then? Well, according to this article, it says that Rachel Reeves' stamp duty hike threatens 500,000 home buyers. And this is apparently a new report by Rightmove and has revealed over 550,000 property sales are currently stuck in limbo because of her, I guess. It's just absolutely disgraceful, isn't it? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure when Labour would try to get into power, they were saying, or promising us rather, that there won't be any more tax rises that us working people are going to have to pay. And yet, this comes out, doesn't it? Hundreds of thousands of home buyers are scrambling to complete their property purchases before a looming stamp duty hike leaves them with unsuspected bills of, wait for this, up to £11,250. I mean, that is the last thing you want in a cost of living crisis, isn't it? Especially with quite a lot of other companies putting their prices up left, right and centre, eh? And all these property sales stuck in limbo are apparently a 25% increase compared to last year, as soaring demand and a backlog in process and threaten to derail transactions. And the rush apparently comes ahead of the April the 1st tax hike, when Chancellor Rachel Reeves, or Rachel from accounts as I like to call her, changes to stamp duty will slash the threshold at which first-time buyers must pay the levy from £425,000 to just £300,000. And admittedly, yes, of course, in quite a lot of parts of the country, £300,000 will probably get you a semi-detached or detached house. However, in London, I mean, let's face it, you'd be lucky to get a two-bedroom flat. But either way, if you're a first-time buyer, you're trying to get out of the rental trap, aren't you, altogether, and get a property of your own. So by doing this, it's just going to keep people poor, not only because of the increased tax that they'll have to pay, but also because obviously paying a mortgage is more than likely most of the time cheaper than renting, isn't it, eh? Buyers of second homes, though, they will also be hit hard with the threshold of their stamp duty liability slashed to just £125,000. And let's face it, with that in this day and age, that'll probably get you a cardboard box in an alleyway, won't it? But get this, Mark von Gonterter, Director of Estate Agents in Benham and Reeves, I hope I pronounced that right, warned the average London first-time buyer is set to see stamp duty owed on their purchase increase by around £6,000 to £10,000. So it's a considerable increase in cost. And there has been some further negotiation in respect to offers submitted to try and alleviate the increase in stamp duty costs incurred, but the vast majority of buyers are proceeding as planned, though. Although who knows, that might just change in the run-up to April. A spokesman, though, from the Society of Licensed Conveyors assured buyers and legal professions were working hard to prevent deals from falling through. And over recent years, conveyancers have also been able to overcome other stamp duty deadlines, apparently, whilst maintaining high standards and customer satisfaction, they said. The stamp duty shake-up, though, comes just as ministers are, conveniently shall we say, announcing plans to digitise and simplify, in their eyes, the house buying process in a bid to tackle Britain's sluggish property market. And 1 in 3, apparently, transactions currently collapse, costing buyers and sellers a staggering £400 million a year. And it does say, with weeks to go before the new rules come into effect, the race is on for buyers desperate to avoid a punishing tax bill. Yeah, because £6,000 to £10,000 is quite a bit of money, isn't it, obviously? And unfortunately for Rachel Reeves, she's just got a bit of bad news of her own. But just what am I going on about then? Well, apparently, can anyone remember a little while ago with this whole car financing scandal going on, where they were all a little bit naughty from what I remember, and therefore that left the door wide open for all of us drivers who financed a car from 2017, 2018, if I remember rightly, to claim a little bit of compensation back. Well, Rachel Reeves apparently tried to actually protect the banks rather than letting us get the money that we are entitled to for kind of getting screwed over, just like the lovely Chancellor that she is, eh? Because let's face it, it does seem she enjoys nothing more than to pee off us all, and also, in my opinion, loves to try and screw us out of anything we're entitled to. But just what am I going on about? Well, Reeves' intervention in the car finance scandal is blocked by the Supreme Court. Hooray! Hopefully that means it will make it a lot easier for people to claim a little bit of compensation against those perhaps dodgy finance companies. But it says here that the Supreme Court has rejected Reeves' attempt to intervene in the car finance scandal, dealing a blow to Reeves but a boost to millions of drivers out there. The Chancellor apparently had sought to intervene to block tens of millions of pounds in compensation payouts to drivers who have been mis-sold loans. So we were mis-sold, and therefore surely you're entitled to that compensation, and Reeves appears to try and screw us over herself, which is just absolutely disgraceful for an MP to do, isn't it, in my opinion anyway. The Treasury argued the scandal had threatened to undermine the UK economy and deter investment, saying payouts must be limited. I mean, can you imagine if that applied to other things like, I don't know, convictions or something? Although let's face it, the only crimes in their eyes that they do seem really keen on prosecuting is the dirty words on Facebook, Twitter or whatever else, eh? But apparently the Supreme Court on Monday rejected the application and is scheduled to hear the case on car finance mis-selling in early April. So hopefully that means we're nearly there, and therefore nothing should get in the way of the people getting the money that they truly deserve, whether Rachel Reeves likes it or not.